And it all comes down to this, Game 5 of the NLDS. We win the first 2 games, the Mets win the next 2, 3 of those in walk-off fashion, so we have a do-or-die Game 5 to go on to the NLCS. Division rivals, what more would you expect? But, hopefully we have a good game today. Hopefully our pitching shows up, and our hitting definitely shows up. Take a look at the scores for the first 4 games of the series. Blowout in Game 1. Could have been a blowout in Game 2. They came back, and the Mets beat us twice at their place. Shane McClanahan on the mound today, going with our stud against Jonah Tong. Surprised they're not going with Zach Wheeler, but they're going to give it the ball to Tong. It's the New York Mets trying to reverse sweep, steal this series from the Nationals. It's the Washington Nationals trying to hang on, get one more win, get back to the NLCS. It's Game 5, the NLDS, MLB The Show 26. And there he is. Sugar Shane, our best starting pitcher, was phenomenal in Game 1. 10 strikeouts, 1 run in 7 innings. Hopefully he can repeat that performance tonight. A lot weighs on his shoulders. Have to keep this game close for our offense to take over. Leading off for the Mets, the man that won Game 4 with the walk-off homer, Francisco Lindor. Got to keep him in the park today. 1-1 pitch from McClanahan is a fly ball in a deep left center field. Buxton on the run, on the edge of the track, and he's got it. And that's how we start this all-important Game 5. Take a look. Mets lineup, same exact one they used in Game 1 against McClanahan. Struck out Josh Smith 3 times. Smith struck out 4 times in that game. So guys to worry about, the top 2 guys, Lindor and Soto. Here's Soto. Got hot in New York, up to 296 on the postseason. Got his first home run. Got him down 0-2. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and he strikes out on that circle change. McClanahan gets the first strikeout of the game. Second out here in the first. That'll bring up Francisco Alvarez. Hitting well in the series, but they've all been singles. We've done a great job of limiting his power. 1-1 count on him. And pitch from Shane is a tapper to third base. Okamoto's got it. Easy throw to first. And there we go, just like you want to see it start. 1, 2, 3 for the Nationals on defense. Now they come to the plate. See if we can get some offense in this game early on. The mound, as I said, Jonah Tong. There's his numbers in the first round against Pirates. Pitched really well in that series. He was 1-2 with a 4.65 ERA in the regular season. Came up in September, took the number 5 job from Tyler Mahle. First man he's going to face, Tom McVay, having a rough first round of the playoffs here. He's hitting 125. Needs to do better. We need him to get on base. Here's the pitch, and here's a little broken bat blooper to center field. That's going to drop, and there we go. Wasn't a hard hit ball. Doesn't matter as long as it finds grass. We got our leadoff man on. That means we can send him on the first pitch. Long look by Tong. There he goes. Here's the pitch. Outside. Throw down, and he's in safe. There we go. Get him on. Get him into scoring position. Now we just got to get him in. Byron Buxton's job right here. 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. There's a smash base hit to left field. McVay around third. He's on his way home, and he's going to score as the Nationals take an early 1-0 lead here in Game 5. Very important that we get on the board early. That'll bring in Wood. Now we're going to send Buxton here. Tong takes a long look. There he goes. Throw down. And he's out. It was not a good jump by Buxton. Delayed. I should have swung the bat. Maybe tried to foul it off. See the replay. Late start. Throw down and right on the bag. And he slides into the tag. Now we have nobody on and 1 out. And a 2-2 count on Wood. Here's a pitch. And chases the circle change off the plate and strikes out for out number 2. We have several changes in our lineup tonight. You can see Okamoto up to 4. Langford in playing left, which means McVay goes to first and Vinny to DH. We also have Jose Tena in at second base in place of Caballero, going with the bat over the glove. There's Okamoto hitting .533 in the series with 2 home runs. And our saving grace at points in this postseason. Still early in the postseason. There's the 1-0 pitch. A high fly ball into right center field. Over goes Ewing, and he'll settle under it and have that for the third out. But the Nationals get on board first. Clutch RBI single by Byron Buxton. Knocks in Tom McVeigh. Maybe all Shane needs. We'll find out here in a minute. And leading off will be Pete Alonso. Big walk-off home run in game number 3. We handled him in game 4. Hopefully we can handle him here tonight. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Shane. And takes strike 3. Four-seamer at the letters. Another strikeout for Alonso. Second strikeout for McClanahan. See the replay. Just pounds that high fastball. Been working him down. And get him with the high fastball he's not expecting. That'll bring in Brett Beatty, not having a good postseason. He's been flipping between second base and third for the Mets. He's behind 0-2. Here's the pitch. There's a high fly ball into medium right center field. Wood is over, and he's got it. And there's 2 quick outs here in the second inning. And that'll bring in Josh Smith. Had a brutal first game. Struck out 3 times. McClanahan 4 times in the game total. And he's behind 0-2. Here's the pitch from Shane. And a little jam shot to left. Langford over there, and he's got it for the 3rd out. Going with our better defense today, hoping that makes a difference. We head to the bottom of the 2nd. Up 1-0. Come on, boys, get some more runs. And leading off will be Vinny's, having a tough series so far. Drove in 2 runs in the first 2 games. Hasn't done much of anything since. Hopefully getting him back to the DH spot will help. There's the 1-1 pitch. There's a shot over short, and it's going to drop and be a base hit into left center field. Soto cuts it off. Vinny does not have good speed, so he's going to be held to a single. We get our leadoff man on for the 2nd inning in a row, and that'll bring in Wyatt Langford. Has not batted in this series. A defensive replacement a couple of times. See how he does at the plate compared to Dunbar. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a ground ball to the right side and through as the second baseman's playing up the middle for the double play. And that cost him. Take the pitch the other way. Now he got the first 2 men on with nobody out. That'll bring in Eli Willits. He's only hitting 200. Like to have him going as well, so we have another bat at the bottom of the order. He runs the count full. Here's the pitch from Tong. And it's a ground ball base hit past third base into left field. Soto cuts it off. And Pasquantino doesn't go. Langford expected him to go. Now he's hustling back to second, and he's out. My goodness. What a comedy of errors. He thought Vinny was going to score. Vinny stopped, and he runs into an out. Now we have men at the corners and 1 out instead of bases loaded and nobody out. Harry Ford trying to get this ball out of the infield, get us a run. There's a high fly ball into right center field. That should do it, and it is down and off the wall. That's going to score 1. Here comes Willits. Oh, and they hold him. So we're going to have 2nd and 3rd with 1 out, but it's 2-0 Washington. And that'll bring in Tanya, Mr. 99 clutch. Got the game-winning hit back in game 2. 2-2 count, 2 on, 1 out. Here's Tong's pitch. There's a line shot to center field. That's going to get down. There's 1 run. Here comes the throw, and the other one is going to be safe as well. So now it's 4-0 Nationals with 1 out here in the 2nd inning. Wearing him out with singles. Now we go back to the top for Tom McVeigh. Singled, stole a base, and scored to get this scoring started. He's ahead 2-0. Here's the pitch. There's a high fly ball into right center field. Running over is Smith. He's got it. Throws it back in, and runner has to go back. Now we'll have 1 on and 2 out. Buxton back up. Had that RBI single in the first. See if he can get another hit. Count goes full. Runner's going to go with the pitch. Long look by Tong. Takes forever. Here he comes. Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss, and he strikes out on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball on the inner half. But we break through, score 3 runs in the inning, take a 4-0 lead to the top of the 3rd inning. And leading off for the Mets will be first baseman Jorge Polanco. See, he's 1 for 4 in the postseason. He hasn't played since game 1. McClanahan rocks and fires. And here's a ground ball. Base hit past third base down the left field line. Langford cuts it off. Gets it back in. He's going to hold him to a single. So the Mets will have their leadoff man on. Nobody out for Mark Vientos. Does have power. Playing on the wrong side of the platoon. Look at that, 666, 667 in the postseason. And strike 3 as he takes the pitch on the inside corner. Big looping curveball by McClanahan. His 3rd K of the game, the first out of the inning. That'll bring in A.J. Ewing. Had a single and a double in game 1 off McClanahan. Here's the 1-1 pitch to him. Here's a ground ball grabbed by Okamoto. Throw to second for one. Relay to first, and they get him. So there we go. Room service 5-4-3. Double play takes care of that base hit. Ends the rally by the Mets. We're up 4-0. We head to the bottom of the third inning. And leading off will be James Wood. Struck out his first time. And here's a high fly ball to center field, and that one is gone. Way out of here. 439 for James Wood. So he makes up for the strikeout with the big nuke to center as the fireworks go off. Now we are up to 5-0 here in the bottom of the third. His third home run of the series. All three have been solo shots too. Doesn't matter though. Tack on runs count. And James has stayed hot, hitting .294 now in the series. See the replay. Right down the middle. Thigh high. And he absolutely lost it into the night. That'll bring in Okamoto now. He flied out his first time. Restart. New leadoff man, Okamoto, after the home run. 1-1 count on him. Here's the pitch from Tong. And it's a pop-up, foul ball up the first base side. Polanco races over on the NLDS logo, and he's got that for the first out of the inning. Jam shot there. Good pitch by Tong, and that'll bring in Vinny. First pitch to him is a flare into center field. Ewing on the run, carrying a little farther now, and he'll have that for the second out. Looked like it was going to be a blooper, and it just kept carrying. That'll bring in Langford. Big single, his first time up. Ran himself into an out, too. Nobody on and 2 out. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Here's a shot into right center field. That one is off the wall. Around first, on his way to second. Langford in with a double. There we go. 2-out hit. His second hit in the series. Second hit in the game. And they're done with Tong. They've seen enough. He's getting hit hard. And they don't want to get this game out of control too early. Might be out of control too early already. And they're going to Luis Severino. Remember, he got hurt in game 2. Had to leave with the back tightening up on him. And we got to him early, so kind of see how he pitches here as he tries to give the bullpen a little extra help. First man he's going to face Eli Willits. Had a base hit in his first time, up to 250 now. Got a 2-2 count. 1 on, 2 out, and a pitch. There's a high fly ball into right field. Smith is under it, and he's got it. But the Nationals get a home run by James Wood, a monster clout to center field. Extends this lead to 5-0 as we go to the fourth. And leading off for the Mets, shortstop Francisco Lindor. First pitch to him is a high fly ball into left field towards the corner, and it is gone. So Lindor goes deep again, his second of the series. It gives him 2 home runs in his last 3 at-bats going back to the end of Game 4. So he gets the Mets on the board, cut down to a 5-1 lead. He takes Sugar Shane deep. McVay gave up. I thought he gave up too early, but that ball just kept carrying, and it was not a wall scraper. See the replay. Inside pitch. He gets the barrel around. There's a better angle. McVay just stops, and yeah, it's about 10 rows deep. That'll bring in Soto now with nobody on and nobody out. 0-1 pitch, and here's a line drive to center field, and Buxton's going to have that for the first out. Soto thought he hit it better than he did. That'll bring in Alvarez now, nobody on, 1 out. First pitch to him. The pop-up right at home plate, forward in foul territory by the left-handed batter's box has got it, and that's the second out. There we go. Keep those 2 guys off base. Let them hit all the solo homers they want. Here's Pete Alonso, 2-2 pitch. Here's a pop-up behind third base. Willits running out, and he's going to have that for the third out. That was an 11-pitch at-bat. 6 straight foul balls by Alonso until he popped out. But Frankie Lindor gets the Mets on the board, gives them a little bit of hope here as we go to the bottom of the fourth. And leading off for the Nationals, catcher Harry Ford. Big RBI double his first time. He's 4 for 15 in the series. A home run, 3 ribs. Doing much, much better than he did last year. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Severino. There's a high fly ball in the left center field. Soto racing over, and he's going to have it. And that's the first out in the bottom of the fourth. Stepping in now, Jose Tena. 2 hits in the series, driven in 3 runs. I mean, what more could you ask for him? Now there's nobody on, so that clutch isn't going to kick in. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Severino. And it's going to tap her to second base. Beatty's got it, throw to first, and there's 2 down. That'll bring in Tom McVeigh as we go back to the top of the order. First pitch to him is a high fly ball into right field towards the corner. Racing back is Smith on the track in front of the wall, and he's got it. That ball just kept carrying, just didn't go quite far enough. We go down 1-2-3, head to the 5th inning, still up 5-1. And leading off for the Mets, second baseman Brett Beatty. He's behind 0-2, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out on the curveball. So McClanahan gets the K working again, his 4th of the game. His Ks are a little bit down in this game, don't matter. Need him to pitch deep into it. 2-2 pitch, and here's a little blooper over short, and that ball is going to drop and get by Langford. Thank you, Buxton, for being there, as Josh Smith gets his first hit of the series with that bloop single, and that'll bring in Polanco now with 1 on and 1 out. And pitch is low, throw down, and Smith catches him napping, steals second base. So now the Mets have a man in scoring position with 1 out. Here's the pitch to Polanco. Oh, and he hit him in the ankle. So an overcooked slider there. And now the Mets are going to have 2 men on and 1 out. Vientos coming up. He could make this a 1-run game with 1 swing of the bat. 2-2 count, and the pitch. There's a little ground ball to first. McVeigh throws to second, pulls Willits off the bag, return throw, and everybody's safe. I thought about going to first. No, we need to double play, and you see this replay. Should have just kept going to first base, take the out, see, start to go, and then wait, throw, and the throw pulled him off the bag, so that's going to be a fielder's choice and an error. Now, instead of having 2 on and 1 out, we have bases loaded and 1 out. It would have been 2 on and 2 out. Now we have bases loaded, 1 out for A.J. Ewing. He's behind 0-2. Pitch is swinging and a miss, and he strikes out on the slider. Huge strikeout there for McClanahan. Keep those runners where they are. His 5th strikeout of the game. So he's using the fastball and the circle change mostly tonight. That'll bring in Lindor. He could tie this game with 1 swing of the bat. Like you said, got 2 homers in his last 3 at-bats in the series. Works the count full. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 on the outside corner and low, and Lindor doesn't like the call, but we do. Huge strikeout for McClanahan as he gets himself out of that bases-loaded jam. We still have a 5-1 lead going to the bottom half. And leading off will be Byron Buxton. See, he's 1 for 2 with an RBI single coming back into the 1st inning. It's behind 1-2. Here's Severino's pitch. There's a shot into right field. Smith racing in. He's got that knee high. And that shift around to the left in the outfield, and it worked to their advantage. Now bring in James Wood. Hit that mammoth home run his last time up. Here's the pitch from Severino. And it's going to be a little tapper over his head, up the middle. Lindor's got it, throws, and he pulls him off the bag, so Wood's going to be safe. And they're going to call an error on that play. Wow, that was a hard play there for Lindor. See the replay. Tops it over the pitcher's head. Lindor racing to the first base side of second base. Gets the ball, throws going away from the bag, and pulls him off. So, yeah, good throw, but they got him. So we're going to have a man on first and 1 out now for Okamoto. Hitless tonight. The head in the count 3-0. Take a walk. Here's the pitch. There's a shot down the right field line. That's going to get down and get into the corner. Woods around second, going for third. He's rounding third. They're going to send. No, they're going to hold him up. Thought they were going to send him. So now we have second and third and 1 out here in the 5th. And they're going to go ahead and intentionally walk Vinny Pasquantino to load the bases and try and get a double play to get out of this inning. Don't blame him. Wyatt Langford stepping in. He's 2 for 2 with a single and a double. I don't know if you're going to go from the frying pan into the fire here. 1-2 count, bases loaded. Here's a pitch, and there's a shot in the left center field. That's going to get down and go to the wall. 1 runs in. Here comes another. Vinny is going to stop at third base. Like I said, he doesn't have the wheels, but we get 2 more runs. It's now 7-1 Nationals. Langford's 3rd hit of the day, 2nd double. Look at this replay, man. He comes off the bench and starts smoking line shots everywhere. And, man, I love that. So he's working his way back into staying in the lineup, which is actually good because it helps our defense immensely. And Eli Willits is going to come up to bat now with 2nd and 3rd and 1 out. Surprised they're not walking him, too. 2-1 pitch from Severino. There's a high fly ball into right center field. Ewing racing over, and he's got it. There's the tag. Here's the throw. Both runners move up. Throw to the plate is going to be late, and it's now 8-1 Nationals. Good job, Eli. Get that runner home. That's going to be it for Severino. We got to him both times he's pitched in the series. We also got to him in a game I had in an episode earlier. And new pitcher's going to be lefty Brian Hudson. See his numbers on the postseason. He's already given up 2 home runs already. One of them to Wood. Get through the gap. The other one. Harry Ford up now with a man on third and 2 out. First pitch to him is a pop-up behind the plate. Alvarez is going to have room, so it's going to be a 1 pitch out for Hudson. He gets out of it. Thanks to that huge inning, we are up 8-1 now as we go to the 6th. And leading off will be Juan Soto. 0 for 2 tonight, 4 for 17 in the series. Like seeing him come up with nobody on base. Here's the 0-2 pitch. There's a line drive in the center field, and Buxton's going to have that again. So that's 2 times in a row. He's hit it right to Buxton on a line. Now we have nobody on and 1 out for Alvarez. 2-2 pitch. High fly ball in the center field. Buxton's going to settle on and have that. Been busy tonight in center field. There we go. 2 up, 2 down. Now to bring in Pete Alonso. Only 3 hits in this series. Had a big one in game 3, but hasn't done much else otherwise. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Shane. And here's a ground ball to short. Willits has it. Throw to first, and there we go. 1-2-3 inning for Shane. They're running out of outs. We just need to keep piling on. We're up 8-1 going to bottom half. Leading off will be Jose Tena. 1 for 2 with a 2-run single. Going to leave him in to face Hudson. Does not hit lefties as well as righties, but at this point it doesn't matter. Here's a jam shot on the infield, and Lindor's going to have that for the first out. Leave Tena in case we need more RBI chances there. Now McVay's going to step in. Got a single and a stolen base. And here's a line shot into left center field. That's going to get down and go all the way to the wall. McVay on his way to second. Man, if he heats up, we're in really good shape going forward. Now we have a man in scoring position with 1 out. There you go, Tomboy. That'll bring in Byron Buxton, 1 for 3 tonight. See if he can go 2 for 4, get another RBI. Behind 0-2. Here's the pitch from Hudson. And it's a high fly ball into left field. Soto racing back to the track, to the wall, leaps, and it's gone into the flowers. Byron Buxton just barely got that over the glove, and that home run now makes it 10-1 Nationals. His 3rd home run of the series, his first non-solo shot too. And we are just piling on the runs like we should. Don't give these guys a chance. And we're hitting it all over the field tonight. Man, we showed up. That was an inside pitch. I thought it was just going to be a high fly ball. He got it enough of the barrel around, and it just carried into the flowers. And that'll bring in James Wood, who homered earlier in the game, scored 2 runs. 10-1. Wow. It's way better than I could have expected. He's behind 0-2. Here's a pitch from Hudson. And there's a shot down the left field line. That's fair. And down into the corner. Wood around first, digging for second. Here's the throw by Soto. It's offline, and he's in with his 2nd hit of the day. 2nd extra base hit. There we go. And another man in scoring position for Okamoto. It's been a machine in the series. Behind 0-2. Here's the pitch. Here's a high fly ball into right center field. Smith racing over. He's got it. And the runner has to hold. Now we'll have a man on second and 2 out. And that's going to be it for Hudson. He's done. He's coming out of this game. They're going to go to Christian Scott, starting pitcher that's pitching out of the bullpen. Pitched 3 scoreless innings against us back in game 2. I'm kind of confused why they're taking the lefty out, because Vinny Pasquantino is coming to the plate. Be better off having a tired lefty facing him. Scott's ahead in the count 1-0. Here's the pitch. Here's a ground ball. Diving stop by Vientos. Throw to first, and he got him. What a play there by the Mets third baseman, Mark Vientos. Not known for his glove, but he makes a great play there. Saves a run. Not that it matters. We're up 10-1, but still a great highlight nonetheless. And new pitcher for us is going to be Justin Sterner. Gave up that walk-off home run to Alonso. Want to get him back out there. Shane pitched enough. We don't need him going deep into this game. Justin can get himself righted. He's going to face Brett Beatty. It's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. He's the first batter for the Mets this inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch to him. A ground ball grabbed by McVay. Race to the bag, and there's one down. There we go. Like to see positive stuff from guys who are having trouble out of the pen, and that'll bring in Josh Smith. 1 for 2 on the game. Only has 1 hit in the series. Behind 0-1. Here's the pitch from Sterner, and it's going to be a tapper to first. McVay's got that. Race to the bag. There you go. 2 up, 2 down here in the 7th. Mets running out of outs. That'll bring in Polanco. 2 hits in the series, a single and a double. You need to keep him off base. He's down 0-2. Here's the pitch. There's a high fly ball in his center field, and that one's not coming back. Way out of here. Nice catch by the fan out there. 444 for Jorge Polanco. And the Mets get their second run of the game, both coming on solo shots. That's why you want to keep them off the base. Solo home runs are not going to kill us. But Sterner, got to be concerned. He's been in here, faced a total of, 5 batters, and he's given up 2 home runs. Got to get him fixed. He was excellent during the regular season. See a replay of that deep shot by Polanco. Now to bring in Vientos. He made that great play at the end of the last half inning. Nobody on and 2 out. 10-2 Washington. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. There's a pop-up on the infield. McVay by the bag in the foul line, and he's going to have that for the 3rd out. So Sterner comes in, gets 3 outs, but in between all that, Polanco takes him way deep, and it's 10-2 Nats as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. And leading off for us in the bottom of the inning, Wyatt Langford. He's 3 for 3 with 2 doubles, a single, and 2 ribs. Came off the bench with a hot bat. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Scott. Here's a high fly ball into right field towards the corner. Smith racing over, and he'll have that for the 1st out, and that's the first time they've retired Langford today. That'll bring in Willits now with nobody on at 1 out. Here's a line shot into right center field, and that ball is down and off the wall as Eli's going to have an extra base hit for himself. Our hot bats are just continuing through this game. It's good to see him heating up, and that'll bring in Harry Ford now. He has an RBI double as well. And on second, 1 out. 10-2 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch to Ford, and it's going to be a ground ball off the pitcher. And the runner's going to go to 3rd, throw to 1st, and Ford just beats it. So infield single off the pitcher, and they're going to go check on him now, see if he's okay. We're going to have runners on the corners with only 1 out. Scott says he's okay. He's going to stay in the game. He's going to face Jose Tena, and now he does get to use that 99 hitting clutch. Here's a hot shot into right field. Racing back is Smith, and he's got it. Runner on 3rd tags. Throw comes in, and Willits is going to score to make it 11-2 Nationals here in the 7th inning. That'll take us back to the top of the order, and Tom McVay's 2 for 4, the single, a double, 2 runs, stolen base. Doing everything you need out of a leadoff man. 1 on, 2 out. Here's the pitch from Scott. It's a shot to right field. Smith racing in, and he's got it for the 3rd out. And they're making him run a lot tonight. But we add another run. We lead 11-2 as we go to the 8th inning. And new pitcher for us, Phil Maton coming in. This will be his first appearance in the postseason. I want to get some of the guys in the pen that haven't pitched much or a lot and get them out there, get them ready for the next round since we are winning so convincingly here. And we also going to bring in Caballero to play second. We don't need Tena's bat anymore. We need a glove. And A.J. Ewing's going to step in. He's 5 for 15 in the series, but we've handled him tonight. 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And swing and a miss, and he strikes out on the cutter, down and in, and that's how we start the top of the 8th inning. Good pitch there by Maton. Now I'll take it up to Frankie Lindor, the leadoff man. Pitch to him. There's a high fly ball in the center field. Buxton barely has to move, and he'll have that for the 2nd out. There we go. Mets down to the last 4 outs. In steps Juan Soto. See, he's hitless tonight. Lined out twice to center, struck out the other time. Love to see him hit with nobody on base. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch from Maton. It's a pop-up on the infield. Okamoto is going to have it. Nice 1-2-3 inning here in the 8th inning. We just need 3 more outs, and we're off to the NLCS, boys and girls. And leading off the bottom of the 8th will be Byron Buxton. First pitch is a little tapper in front of the plate. Scott's got it, throws to first, and they get the first out right there. At this point, I'm swinging early and often to try and get our at-bats down so we can get those last 3 outs. Here's the first pitch to Wood. Here's a line shot into center field. He's going to have his 3rd hit of the day. Single, a double, and a home run. Love to see that man heating up. That'll bring in Okamoto. He's 1 for 4 with a double. Hitting over 400, slugging, or his OPS is 1,400. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Here's a shot into right field, and that's going to drop in front of Smith. Wood is going to stop at second base, and now we're going to have 2 men on and 1 out. Looking for even more tack-on runs. That'll bring in Vinny, 1 for 3 tonight, single and 2 runs. Got RBI chance here. 1-0 pitch from Scott. That's going to be a line shot into center field. That's going to drop, and Wood is going to come home. Late decision to go. Throw to the plate, and he's in safe. Looked like he was going to stop, but then he decided last minute to go. So then he gets another RBI. It's 12-2 now, and Wyatt Langford, having an incredible Game 5, steps in now, looking for his 4th hit of the day. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Scott. And here's a shot in left center field, and diving attempt by Ewing. It's by him. Both runners are going to score. Langford around second, digging for third. Throw comes back in, and it is now 14-2 Washington. Ewing tried to make the great diving catch, and once he missed it, we knew both runners were going to score, and that's going to be it for Scott, as the Mets might run out of pitchers in this game. Langford, single, 2 doubles, and a triple, so he's a home run shy of the cycle. Now Tobias Myers is going to come in and try and end this inning. Should have brought him in probably earlier then if they're going to do that. That'll bring in Eli, 2 for 3, single, a double, an RBI, 2 runs scored. And on third, 1 out, 14-2. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And here's a ground ball at third base. Vientos has it, throws to first, and that's a 2nd out. But the runner scores on the play, so now it's 15-2 Nationals. That'll bring in Harry Ford. He's 2 for 4 tonight. Seems like everybody's got 2 hits for the Nationals. It's behind 1 and 2. Myers taking forever. Here's the pitch. And he swings and misses and strikes out on a cutter to end the inning. But we tack on 4 more runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. We're up 15-2 as we go to the top of the 9th. And coming in out of the pens, give me our closer, Garrett Whitlock. Had a really, really rough Game 2, so we want to get him back out there. Huge lead, doesn't matter, just get a positive appearance for him. Get him right in the head for the next series. First man he's going to face is Francisco Alvarez. He's 0 for 3 on the night. Hopefully make him 0 for 4. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. And his ground ball short. And it gets by Willits. I thought he was going to get it. I would have dove on the play, but I thought he was going to get there. So you're going to get their leadoff man on here, and that'll bring in Pete Alonso. 0 for 3 tonight. Had a good postseason, but having a rough one tonight. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Here's a ground ball to third. Okamoto to second for 1. Relay to first, and there we go. Pie 4-3 double play. Now they're down to their last out. Okamoto's been great, both defensively and offensively. Brett Beatty steps in. Here's the first pitch. Here's a ground ball to short. Willits has it. Throw to first. And there you go. Your Washington Nationals NLDS winners as they knock off division rival Mets. Earn their way back into the NLCS for the 2nd year in a row. And our offense just blew up in this game. Like almost twice as much, actually more than twice as much as what we did in the first game. Our pitching came back to where it was in the first game. And there you go, boys. Celebrate. Still got 1 more series to go. Take a look at the box score. See, 2 hits for Polanco. They only had 5 hits, no walks. They hit 2 solo shots, 7 strikeouts. Tong, 5 runs and 2 2/3. Everybody got lit up but Tobias Myers. And it was just a rough series for some of the pitchers. Our side, everybody who started the game got hit. Multiple hits for everybody but Tanya. Only 3 strikeouts. We hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 doubles in that game, a triple, 2 home runs, stole a base. Not sure when McVay made the second error. And then McClanahan, another performance where he only allows 1 run. And Sterner gave up that meaningless home run. Maton and Whitlock finished it off. We are going back to the NLCS. We got some unfinished business, boys and girls. And as soon as I exited out of the game, I see right here that we are taking on the Miami Marlins. They upset the Los Angeles Dodgers. So we will have home field advantage in the NLCS and do not have to face LA. And the Marlins win 6-2 in that game 5. And Kansas City, Cleveland hasn't decided theirs. Let's advance today, see who wins between Cleveland and Kansas City. And Cleveland knocks off Kansas City in 5. So the top 2 seeds in the American League go through. And we are the number 2 seed taking on the number 5 Miami Marlins. So could very well be on a collision course to face Boston again. Or we could be taking on Cleveland. I call them the Guardians. I call them the Indians. To me, they're always the Indians. So if I slip up and say Indians instead of Guardians, just know it's from decades of calling them the Cleveland Indians. But we'll worry about that next time. Let's check out stats real quick. In that series, Okamoto 10 for 20, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs. James Wood hit 381. Eli up to 263. Buxton 250. Harry Ford 263. Langford comes off the bench 4 for 5. 2 doubles, a single, and a triple, drives in 4. Masquintino 222, had it rough after the first 2 games. McVay woke up a little bit. Tania off the bench, goes 2 for 4, drives in 4 runs. Dunbar had a rough series, and Caballero had a rough series. Pitching side, Shane McClanahan, 13 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts, allowed 1 run in each of those 2 games, got the win. Singer and Horton pitched well. Roki actually didn't pitch poorly either. Bullpen side, we had a little bit of trouble. Romero gave up that walk-off 2-run homer. Whitlock had that blow-up game 2 in the 9th inning that we bounced back and won. Sterner has given up a home run in each of his appearances. Only pitched 1 inning, has given up 2 solo homers, so we need to get that straightened out. And Fairbanks did his job and bailed us out of that game 2 debacle and got the win in relief. So we will come back next time. First game is going to be Cade Horton against Thomas White. Hope you guys are ready for that. I'm excited. And if you don't notice, I hit much, much better at home. That really, really dark backdrop, especially in the night games, is so much easier to hit than one that's brightly lit like New York was. So I'm going to use that to my advantage. Hopefully you guys are enjoying things. And if you are, please hit the like, subscribe, comment, share it out, hit the notification bell so you know when the NLCS goes live. We will have the first 3 games of that series in the next episode. And after that, depending on if we win the first 3, then it'll be 1 game here. If it's 2-1, then we'll have 2 more games and go 1 game each for 6 and 7, depending on how long that series goes. So just giving you a heads up on the schedule for that. Can't wait to get moving forward and get into that series. So let's quit talking and I'll get to editing and getting everything ready to go. And hopefully I'll see you guys down the road. All I have to say now is go Nats.